All right, everybody, join me at my stove that needs some serious scrubbing as I make $1 million macaroni and cheese. So we start with boiling water, and we're gonna make this celatani pasta and pour it in there. All right, the water has reached boiling, so I'm just gonna pour. I never measure pasta. I just throw the whole box in. I figure if I waste a little bit, it's like not that much. And if I end up saving it and only using a half a box, and I went to use a whole box, then I don't have it. So whole box in here, and then we're gonna cook it for 10 minutes. So, hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
My little automatic timer, and we will finish making the $1 million mac and cheese. All right, pasta's all done cooking, so I'm gonna have to drain it now, and I'm gonna just do a quick thing on this colander because I know I did a video on it before. So I bought these colanders because they fold up, and I hate them. First of all, from them folding all the time, you have a nice tear right here, and then also the bottom, there's not many like feet or legs. So when it sits in your sink, it sits on the bottom and the water comes back up. So if your sink is not, yeah, my sink is filthy. If your sink is not perfectly clean, like the gross water from your sink or soap or whatever, it goes right back in your pasta. So I'm going to drain that real quick, and I can't do that with one hand holding the phone. So I'll be back after I do that. All right, pasta's been rinsed, drained and then rinsed, and now I'm going to start making the sauce. All right, for the sauce, we're going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter in a pan. Switch hands. I need one of those cooking tripods. So we're just going to melt this. I know some people cut up their butter in slices, but I just throw it all on. I guess there was some burnt stuff on the pan that didn't quite up, but adds flavoring. Alright, so that's gonna melt, and I'm gonna get a 1/4 cup of flour. Okay, we're dumping in our 1/4 cup of flour. And kind of, it's whisk, but you know what, it's a little wooden spoon, it works good enough. And we're going to cook that for about 2 minutes. I turned down the heat just a little bit, but by the way, don't want the flour getting burnt. Alright, so we're going to cook that and get that all mixed up. Alright, it's all stirred around. Now we're going to add 3 cups of milk. Now I don't know if this is exactly 3 cups, but we are almost out of milk, so it's got to be close enough. So we're going to add that. A little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. And we're going to mix it around some more. I guess this is called a roux. I don't know, but it's just some butter and flour and some milk. Just going to mix it. Get it all nice and mixed. This is my first cooking video, so please excuse me if I'm kind of not doing it the technical way. So the milk's in there. All right, now I have a can of evaporated milk. It is a 12 ounce. And I added a tablespoon of cornstarch to it. So just kind of, I mean, I probably should have put it in a bowl, but I didn't feel like dirtying another dish. So I'm just kind of stirring it around as best as I can without making a giant mess. Like I said, should have gotten a bowl, but, you know, or at least I should have poured some off the top. Oh well, lesson learned. Going to kind of give that some quick stirs best as I can. Try to get it all combined. All right, that looks good enough. Okay, so there, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. All right, now I'm going to add the evaporated milk and cornstarch mixture to the milk. Give it kind of a quick stir, let that get all mixed in. Make it nice and thick. All right, next I'm going to add some Dijon mustard. I know this is not probably the good Dijon mustard. It's like the crappy ShopRite can. So we're just going to add, it's supposed to be a tablespoon, but we're just going to keep adding squirts. It's not so bad. And so it's about a tablespoon. Yeah, sounds one more. Good luck. There you go. One more and then one for good luck. We're going to mix that in. Meanwhile, yes, my pasta's cooking. Oh, and I spilled. And look, see, once in a while I do clean up my messes as they happen. And I'm just going to wipe that up. There we go. Okay, and I need some spices, so we're going to add some spices next. Okay, now for the spices, which is going to be a little difficult with one hand. So, I'm trying though. First we have it's about a teaspoon of this, hold on. Lord, I need a tripod right now. Where is it? Better than bouillon chicken base. So I got a teaspoon of that. Kind of see if I can just kind of melt it right off my spoon. No, that'd be too easy. All right. Okay, got it off the spoon. Let that kind of mix around a little bit. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of each of these. So this is some parsley. I don't measure, it's just, that's about a teaspoon. It calls for onion powder, but I don't have onion powder, so we're just going to use some minced onions. Figure it's like the step before onion powder, right? Put that in there. And some garlic powder. Oh, maybe a little more than a teaspoon. Yeah, whatever. And some salt. I'm using kosher salt. Okay, so we're just going to stir it around, bring it to a boil, let it get nice and thick, get all mixed in there. So, here's our sauce. All right, now I have 4 cups of shredded cheddar. I thought I had enough of our pre-shredded, but I didn't. So I have like about 2 cups that I shredded of a cheddar block, and then I have like 1 8-ounce bag of pre-shredded cheese. So I'm going to mix this all up. Hopefully it's enough. If not, I've got some slices of cheddar cheese that I can use. So it's all nice and mixed. Now it always says to add the pasta to this, but I just have a feeling like this pan will not hold a pound of pasta plus all this sauce, and I won't be able to mix it well. It'll be like that cornstarch thing all over again. So I'm going to add this into my pasta. So I think that looks pretty well mixed. Hopefully it is cheesy enough. If not, I can always go back and add more cheese. So let me add that. Okay, it's all added. I'm going to mix this. Okay, so we're just going to combine it. Alright, got my 9 by 13. I think that's 9 by 13. Close enough. Baking pan. Spraying it with a little old school pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to put half of the macaroni mixture in the pan. It's in there. Now I'm going to add 6 slices of provolone cheese to the top. And 6 slices. Alright, now on top of each slice of provolone, it's supposed to have sour cream. Somebody left an empty sour cream in the refrigerator, one of my daughters. So I used non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Just put a teaspoon on each piece of provolone and just spread it around. Okay. Alright, now we have the rest of it. We're just going to kind of spread that over like so. Make a nice even layer. Try to cover up all that provolone. There we go. On the edges. Alright, so that's all done. Now, alright, the 4 cups of cheese just wasn't enough for me, so I just added 4 slices. And now to the top, I'm just adding the rest of this thing of freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. Just kind of spread it around a little bit. There we go. And now for my son's favorite part. Alright, gonna add some panko breadcrumbs. I remember years ago, totally on subject but off topic, they used to have these like macaroni and cheese dinner kits. They were like from Kraft that came with like the with the breadcrumbs in it. Now, this is supposed to be cooked with like butter and, you know, it's supposed to be heated over the stove, but I don't feel like doing that. So I'm taking a lazy step and I'm just kind of pouring it on the top. And then what I'm going to do is, hang on a second. Alright, we'll see how this works. I just did some pats of butter all over the top, on top of the breadcrumbs. Oops, my finger. So this is going to go in a 350 degree oven for about a half hour, and then we're going to check on it. Alright, after about 30 minutes, this is how it looks. Cheese is melted. The breadcrumbs aren't totally toasted, but they look pretty good. So this is $1 million macaroni and cheese. So hope my video was easy enough to figure out how to make it and wasn't too choppy. And if you make it, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, bye. Alright, I want to add just one thing to this video. Now, I talked about the colander and how I didn't like that, but this is not the macaroni and cheese. I also made pork chops with Parmesan cheese on them. And I'm going to tell you about this mat that I have that I absolutely love. It's Amazon Silipat. I just want you to see. So like obviously the Parmesan cheese is a little burnt. Look at that. It just like slides right off everything. So no for the colander, but for this Silipat mat, look at that. All that burnt cheese. Look at this piece of pork chop. Look how it just slides, even though it has burnt cheese on it. So I will definitely 100% recommend this. This just everything just slides right off. Burnt cheese scraped right off. Does not matter. You know, if I put that on a regular pan, I'd be scraping it for days or just give up and throw the whole thing out. So, again, thank you for watching and have a great day.